Hey guys, today we're going to be reviewing something that's not for my desk specifically, but actually for the kitchen. It is a reverse osmosis hot cold water dispenser from Waterdrop. And what's cool about this is if you're renting and don't have a place where you can redo the piping or whatever, this is a perfect solution for you because this does not need to be connected to the mains or the drain, and it is completely self-containing. So technically I could have this on my desk. We drink a lot of bottled water and purified water, so we don't really like drinking tap water, even though tap water is fine to drink here in Portugal. We just love having the water purified as an extra step. Instead of having to buy lots and lots of big water bottles every week, this is going to be a great solution. And then also we're going to be able to ditch our kettle, because this is going to be able to provide the hot water that you need for your coffee or matcha or tea or whatever you need. And you can set the temperature as well, so you can get it exactly at the temperature that you want. So let's take a look. I'm going to unbox this, show you guys what's in the package. Check the description below to check out this product for yourself. If you like these type of reviews, check out my other videos. I review a bunch of random stuff that I buy, and especially focusing on tech, cool home accessories, as well as some mobility as well. So if you like this video, remember to click the like button, and if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below. But anyways, I'm gonna start unboxing this. So this box is relatively big and it is pretty heavy as well. This model is the Waterdrop A1, and there's a US version, a UK version, and an EU version, and we are here in Portugal, so it's part of the EU version. I'm pretty sure that's just for the plug, but basically you have two areas to tear here. So just tear this part. So even though it's like a outer cardboard, they also made it nice to unbox as well. So if you look here, this is what the product looks like in terms of a schematic view. This outer box is just to protect the inner box, and I'm actually finding it difficult to open. I think this thing wasn't very well done, the breakaway seal. But now that I've broken everything, I can take the top off, and there you can see the inside box with the product as well. Oh, it's very heavy. Let me just put this on the floor. There you go. So the inside box is a lot nicer, and on top you can see that there's a sachet with a booklet and also probably a instruction manual. We're going to take a look at this quickly. So it says here, if you need any help, you can contact them. I doubt we're going to need any help. And here is the instruction manual, and here is another instruction manual, I think a smaller one. How this works is it uses reverse osmosis. If you guys want to learn a little bit more about reverse osmosis, I'm going to leave a link in the description below as well to explain it. You can see that there's the drip tray, I think, and it comes with this, looks like it's for cleaning. It's like a brush. Let's open this drip tray. So you can see this is what it looks like, and I think it just clips into place when you have the water machine. This is the main unit itself. Just be careful when getting it out. It doesn't seem like there's any grab sites on the side. And then finally in the box, there are your two filter units, which is the reverse osmosis membrane filter, which allows water to go through one way. And then there's a carbon block filter as well. And there's also UVC as well. So any type of bacterial virus is definitely filtered or killed by the UVC. These have to be installed. I actually bought extras because they need to be replaced every few months. And let's take a look at the unit itself. So the reason we got this machine was because when we were in our previous place in South Africa, we had a machine called the Bibo Bar, which does filtration and hot water and cold water as well. This does hot water and cold water. The difference is the machine that we had actually connected to the mains, so it was unlimited water, whereas this you'd have to refill in the tank. But the tank is quite big, so you probably need to refill it once every 2 days, or once every day, obviously depending on your consumption. But I would think probably twice a day even for us, because we're going to use it for hot and cold water. So here is the drip tray, and I think it does magnetically clip there. So if you have any overflow, it goes into this drip tray, so you can just pour it out afterwards. But as you can see, the product looks really slick. It is this like gray metallic finish with black, and basically this is how it looks. So since this version doesn't go into the mains, it only has a plug. All you need to do is plug it into the mains, and you obviously fill up the water yourself. And I'm going to install these two units, and then what we're going to do is we're going to show you guys how it works, and also taste the water for the first time and see how it tastes, because we've mainly been drinking bottled water as I've mentioned, and it's going to be quite cool for me not to have to throw away those plastic bottles or recycled plastic bottles, we always take it to the recycling site. Everything will be done with this machine. So here we are in my kitchen, and this is where the Waterdrop is going to go. I have a Ninja Creamy as well, and a coffee grinder from DeLonghi. I might make a video of this in future, so if you're interested in watching that video, make sure you like and subscribe. And we can finally get rid of our kettle, which doesn't really go with this aesthetic, because as you can see, the aesthetic of the Ninja Creamy and the DeLonghi coffee grinder is similar to the Waterdrop in terms of the grays and silvers and blacks. So I'm quite happy to get rid of this kettle off the shelf here, so I can have a uniform look for my appliances. So I'm going to remove this. I'm going to go grab the Waterdrop and put it here, and we'll set it up together, and then I'll do a first taste of the water as well. Oh, it fits perfectly under here. So I think I'm going to move this into the corner. Maybe the Ninja Creamy can actually be on the left of it as well. We also have to make it like easy to access the water tank, because we need to refill the water. But let me move my other appliances, because I think this will actually work quite well in the corner. It's a different type of gray. This is like a blue tone gray, whereas this is almost like an orangey tone, like a warmer tone gray. So if you guys are OCD, I think it's fine, but I can see now that these are actually two shades of gray that are quite different. So if you want to see in real life, I'm not sure where they would display this. We ordered this on the website, and it took about a week to arrive, which I think is not too bad. So if you have an opportunity, probably best to see in real life. It's got a little bit of a bluish tone gray. We ordered this online, so we had never seen it before until I opened the box for you guys like 2 minutes ago. I think it looks great, but it took a week to arrive when we ordered it online. So we ordered it on the Waterdrop EU website. There's obviously a US website as well. I'll link in the description below. Right now there's a lot of stickers that are holding the different pieces together. I'm going to remove all of them. We need to put the filters in as well, but I actually want to see whether this is a good location, because I want to be able to take the water tank out. There's two water tanks, or two sections of the water tank. There's the section where you put new water in, and there's a section that the wastewater goes out of. I don't really know much about this, but basically reverse osmosis causes some wastewater which you throw out. The amount of wastewater isn't a lot compared to the amount of wastewater some other systems create. At the end, when the water tank is empty, as in when there's no more water for you to dispense, there will be water that you need to throw out from the water tank. So there were a lot of these blue tapes around. And there's also this is just the demonstration panel in front. You actually pull this off as well. It just shows you where all the buttons and stuff are. And here's the water tank. So you just open it up, and there's a handle inside. So you can just pull out. Oh yeah, it's retrievable. So it's quite cool because there's a handle, and it was 3-to-1. As you can see, this is the tap water that goes here, and the wastewater goes here, and you need to pour it out when it is done. And they have some sensors to make sure that it's not too full. And here's the lid as well. So basically you can take it out, put it on your counter like this. When you put it back in, you can close it again. And yeah, this is what the machine looks like. And then here's the lid for the filters. And if you look here, there's also instructions on how the replacement of the filter works. But let me show you guys how that part works. So here's the lid. Here's the top. If you look over here, it shows you which filter is which. There's the CF filter, which is the carbon filter, and the RO filter, which is the reverse osmosis. I think the UV lamp is inside here, but I'm not sure how to open that. I don't think I need to open it right now anyways. Here is your first filter. Very easy, because this literally says RO, and it says RO there. And I'm going to actually test whether you can put the wrong one in the wrong hole, because a good design would be that I wouldn't be able to actually even put this in the wrong one. Yeah, like a gas pump, you know, when you put a diesel, you can't put a diesel nozzle into a petrol car. But basically, if you look here, even on top, it says RO. You would have to be very, how can I say, unattentive to put it in the wrong one. But I'm going to do that now to just show you guys if that works. But this is what it looks like at the bottom. There's 3 holes. I think, you know, water goes through one, comes out the other one, etc. Get rid of this plastic. So let's see if this goes into the CF tank. Okay, so actually having the tank in the corner here with this countertop being here is actually a bit impractical for changing, but you know, you only do this once or twice a year, so it's not too bad for me to pull it forward. But here's the CF tank, and let's see. So we put this in. I have to move it even more forward. Okay, here's the CF, and let's see if it goes in the CF.
It looks like it does.
No, it doesn't. It actually doesn't work. Oh, because I'll show you guys why it doesn't work. There is 2 holes on the CF filter and 3 holes on the RO filter. So you can't actually even make a mistake. So that's great to know because you can even do this without looking. But basically put it in, then you push down and turn, and there you go, and there it is locked. And here is the carbon filter. Do the same thing. So I think these last 6 months, so every 6 months you need to change them. And in terms of cost, this is vastly cheaper than buying bottled water. If you guys like purified water and this is important to you, then I would highly recommend looking into this product. But there you have it. It looks very neat. I really like this, that there's this rubbery design on top. I think it's because, you know, the top of this actually touches, so it's obviously cushioning that. And you reset the filter on the system, it tells you what to do, so you can keep this open while you operate the machine. So that's what I'm going to do because I've never operated this machine before. I don't know if I need to reset it. I think by default it will be, you know, as per new filters, but let's see about that. And then over here, this is where the water tank is. I'm going to take this lid off and we're going to put in some tap water. Okay, so this is how many liters of water it holds, and in gallons as well, so you guys can see on the screen over here. And basically, because it is the 3:1 ratio, a third of the water will not be usable. And it's quite nice that it has a handle because I can get it back here without having to hold both sides. But there you have it. I'm going to put the lid back on. It says press the water tank downwards to ensure that it is installed into place. The product includes a compressor cooling system to protect the compressor. The cooling function will be disabled within 2 hours after it is first connected to power. So actually we're not going to have any cold water for the first 2 hours. Compressors, when they are being transported, they can shift about and they can actually explode if you turn them on suddenly. So I think that's just a safety feature. I'm going to pull this off now. Here is the cover for the water, and here is the plug. And note that this plug is earthed as well, so make sure you plug it into an earthed plug or a plug adapter that has earthing, just in case it needs to trip for some short-circuiting reasons. Here is the screen. I'm going to take this Waterdrop thing off, and it's greeting us with the hello. That's quite nice. So the first setting is language settings. So it's asking me, oh yeah, there you go, English. Cool, I'm happy with English. Confirm, yes, cool. And I guess that's it. And I can go to the different options. System flushing, okay. Place a container and press any key to start. So this is the initial use. So we basically need to flush the system. Let me close this for now. I don't think I need to do the filter reset, but it's quite handy that they have the filter reset instructions under the lid, because in our previous machine I had to Google a YouTube video or look for a YouTube video to see how to reset it. But basically there's one final step. There's this thing that I need to remove before using, and it's just a plug basically that plugs the hole. And you can look here underneath, there is 2 holes, I think one for hot water and one for cold. So we just had to put a container down there. Let's put this jar. So you can see here's the jar. I filled up the water, so I put the jar over here, and it says place a container and press any key to start. So I'm just going to press this water. Do not move container during filtering. So this is probably for first time use. I'm wondering whether this happens when you change the filter as well, but I guess we'll find out in 6 months time. Okay, I've only been using this machine for maybe like 10 minutes now, and you can see that the fingerprints are really coming on. So that's my first negative of the machine. But otherwise, you know, the taste of the water, everything, it's been pretty good. So I'm going to see you guys tomorrow when the compressor and stuff is on, and then we can test the heating, and we're going to use a thermostat to check whether the temperature is as advertised. So like if you go to hot water, for example, I want to see if it actually comes out with 60 degrees and 85 degrees, and we can see if there's a discrepancy between the temperature that is displaying here and the water that comes out. So we'll flash to tomorrow when this is ready. It's the next morning now, and we have this thermostat here from IKEA, which I'm going to use with this probe to measure the temperature of the water. And that's quite interesting. The display came on when I put the cup there. I didn't press any button, but it was on sleep earlier. But all of a sudden came on. Here's the temperature probe. Right now it says 22 degrees Celsius. And then I'm going to go into the hot option, which is this. And you keep pressing it until you get to 95. Press unlock first. It's an interesting safety feature. So it's 250 moles at 95 degrees. The water seems to be pretty hot. I mean, it is steaming. Let's see what the temperature is. I'm going to stop that. So the temperature is definitely not 95 degrees. It's about 57, 58. Okay, now we're going to try 60 degrees Celsius. Okay, so the water is exactly 60 degrees. So the 60 degrees works. Let's try 85. So it's 77. Maybe I need a little bit more water. So it seems to struggle to reach 85 degrees, but the other temperatures below that was pretty perfect. 45, 60, 85 and 95 doesn't seem to get there. But now I'm going to test the boiling water from the kettle and we can compare what temperature that is, because theoretically that should be above 90 degrees. Okay, as you can see that the ambient temperature in the cup is 41 degrees, and I'm going to grab the steaming boiling kettle water. Let me go on this side. So this water came straight out of the kettle onto the probe, as you can see. And this is definitely hotter. This is 92 degrees, 93 degrees. So I think the complaints online are a bit valid, especially for temperatures above 60. It does seem to struggle at 80 degrees and above. So I think that I might still have to use my kettle, especially for cooking and things like that, or if I need rapid boiling of a big volume, because the problem is that this dispensing is quite slow. And I think it's mainly used for drinking, to be honest.
A few moments later.
Okay, so we had actually been using the Waterdrop around 5 months, and it actually stopped working. As you can see, it's over there. And basically what happened was it just seemed to have clogged up and no water was coming out on the cold water setting, on the regular temperature setting. And they actually sent us a new one. So in terms of customer service, that's great. I'm not going to show you guys unboxing the new one because you guys saw that in the beginning of the video, but they sent me everything brand new, they sent me a new tray, everything, like a brand new package with the new filters. So even though there were some things about this machine that I would say could be improved, namely the temperature of the water and stuff, because it didn't really replace our kettle. We kept using our kettle, so that didn't reduce an appliance, if you will. One thing that became a little bit annoying was that we had to refill it all the time. If you are in a household of more than 2 people, I would think that you'd be refilling it very often, like maybe 3 or 4 times a day, because we are really refilling it at least twice a day. So that's something to take into consideration. If you want to buy something that is going to be for your family and you're going to use it for longer, even if you're renting, to be honest, I would get permission from a landlord to drill a hole or something to get it installed on the water line, because it's just so much more convenient. Overall, been pretty happy with this device. It has been good, besides the fact that it broke, but they sent us a new one, so I'm happy with that customer service. The taste of the water is really, really good. And even compared to bottled water, I would say that it's on par, if not better than most bottled waters. So yeah, that's basically the 6 month verdict. I have nothing bad to say besides the fact that it broke, but then they sent me a new one, so at least the customer service is good. Hopefully this one lasts longer than the previous one and I stay within the warranty period. But otherwise, I could recommend this product. I would give it overall 3.5 or 4 out of 10. 3.5 because the water is not good. If the hot water was good and the temperature was up there, I would say at least 4 out of 10. 1 point down for the fact that the original one broke. But service is really good, so you won't have a problem there. Remember to use the link in the description below to order your own one. You guys won't believe what happened. I'm pretty sure I jinxed the second machine or something, but it actually broke within 1 day of using. So I complained again and they sent me another machine. This time I tested it over 3 days now and it works perfectly fine. No problems at all. Interestingly enough, the water is much hotter than my first machine. The second one I didn't give it a try because it basically stopped working. The 95 degree setting, when I first tried it off camera, it went up to about 90 degrees, but today it was about 80 something. So not too bad, definitely not up to the temperature that it said it was gonna be. That would have made this product a 5 out of 5, but I'm remaining with my rating with 4 out of 5. I think the quality and the customer service, the quality is questionable, but the customer service is really good. So if you guys have any issues, you can always reach out to Waterdrop directly. Remember to use the link in my description to get a discount, and we'll see you guys in the next video.